All right. We just took a technical break, and Mike Thornton has left the building.
Yep.
And went to go do what Mike Thornton does.
Whatever you want.
Which is pretty much whatever he wants.
Yeah.
And it was awesome, obviously, having him on.
Agree.
And when Mike Thornton tells you, don't read my citation, you don't read the citation. Simple as that.
That was awesome.
No factor.
Yes.
No factor at all.
Yeah. Go online and read it.
But awesome having him on, obviously. And now we want to keep having people like Mike Thornton on the podcast.
Yes.
If somebody wanted to help us have people on this podcast,
sure.
Do you have any suggestions on how they could maybe lend to that effort? Echo Charles.
The support? Sure.
Oh, yeah. Like, basically, that's what I'm saying. A way to support you.
Yeah. Of course. Here's a way. Mm-hmm. And support yourself. That's kind of the thing, you know. What's good for the goose is good. You know what I'm saying.
Maybe.
Origin. We're in league with Origin, as you put it.
Yes, I do put it that way.
Sure. Yeah. So Origin, Maine. So Origin, Maine, the state. Just so to be clear.
Yes.
Origin, M-A-I-N-E.
Oh, you mean it like you might be like Maine.
M-A-I-N.
Oh, okay, no.
You know,
it's
like
the state.
That's the main one, kind of, which makes sense, by the way.
Yeah,
because it is the main one. Totally. And so, you know, a lot of times, like, okay, we'll take the geese. That's how I first heard of Origin, by the way. The geese.
Mm-hmm.
We're like, oh, these geese are dope. Check it, you know. And of course, you know, but that technically is kind of a matter of opinion. As far as like, okay, I'm going to look at this geese.
Okay.
And be like, okay, no, I'm going to look at this one.
Because someone might like Ford more than Chevy
or
more
whatever.
than whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or the look, especially with the geese, like, you know, the subtle differences kind of, you know, it's to each their own kind of thing.
Yeah, I guess you're going into like full on fashion realm here,
Potentially.
which I don't go into.
Potentially, yeah.
I'm looking for functionality. You probably could have guessed that.
Yes. So, yeah, and you look into it. So the functionality part, yes, all that, of course. But when you say made in America, this is like the epitome. This is the basically the defining situation.
Mm-hmm.
So you know how they'll be like, hey, made in America, but then you know it's clothes or whatever.
Yeah.
We'll say in this case clothes, but then you say, oh, okay, dang, those are good shirts. You know, where do you get your blanks from or whatever? But, oh, we get them from somewhere other than America, kind of thing. No, the cotton. Get the cotton from America. That's what Origin did.
Mm-hmm.
That actual cotton.
Yeah. Well, when you do talk about functionality, just kind of FYI.
Yeah.
When you have a guy that's making the geese and therefore is going to weave the material to make the geese with, he's going to make material that is specifically the best to have for a gi.
Right.
That's the situation with Origin.
Yeah, man.
That type of commitment.
Yes.
That's why we're in league with Origin.
Yeah, totally makes sense.
Because we have that mindset over on this side.
Makes sense.
Boy.
So yeah, Origin, that's the one. I'm looking forward to my gi. And I'm down for geese, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so I'm looking forward to that one. Origin, Maine. ORIGINMAINE.
Mm-hmm.
Just to be clear, just in case. That's a good one.
It's not just geese.
Yeah.
You can get the hash guards.
The hash guard. Yeah.
And we're going to be making everything there.
Yeah.
We're going to be making everything there. Everything that I utilize in my life,
yeah,
I'm going to make.
Dang. It's like so you're going to kind of come out with almost like a life kit is really what it is. It's a kit.
Oh, don't use the Reebok terminology, bro.
That's Reebok terminology?
Yeah, this is because the Reebok calls it like the UFC fight kit.
Okay.
But
I didn't know that.
Man.
No, kit. Like the word kit is a universal word.
No, the word kit is a universal word, which I do concur with.
Right.
But what did you call it?
The kit. That's what I called it.
I guess so.
So you could call it.
The Brits call it kit. They call their op gear, like
kit.
Their web gear.
Yeah.
They call it kit.
Yeah.
Which means that we also, because we have interoperability with the Brits and with the Aussies.
Sure.
So we also tend to call our gear kit.
Right.
So yes, in fact, you are correct. Yeah. If you were to say, I'm going to make all my kit there.
Right.
The answer is yes. But there's a fine line where people might think of the UFC fight kit, which didn't go over real well when they first came out.
Yeah, hey, and we're going to let that be their thing for sure, as far as it going well or not going well. this one, what would it be? Kind of like the unofficial discipline equals freedom kit.
How about we just call it gear?
Yeah, or we could just call it gear, I guess.
That's my vote.
All right. Cool.
I don't rule the world. So if you want to call it kit on your side and I'll call it gear over here,
yeah.
let's do that. That way you're comfortable. I'm all about everyone being comfortable with what they're saying.
Technically, it'll be a kit with gear in it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because the kit is like the collective.
That's a traditional use of the word kit.
Right. That's what I meant.
Hey, okay, you got
like a survival kit.
Yeah, I got a survival kit when I was 6 years old, and it's got a compass and a whistle and a pair of matches in it. What happens if you use both matches? You're in trouble. So that's a survival kit.
Bro, why do you have a whistle? You just said whistle, by the way. Okay.
Yeah, because when you're a little kid, you get lost in the woods, you're supposed to blow on the whistle for a while.
No,
until they find you.
No, sorry, Brett, not on Kauai.
That didn't happen in Kauai.
No, not that I know of.
What'd you do in Kauai when you got lost?
You just keep heading in one direction
and
it'll bring you to the ocean,
yeah.
Or up in the mountains.
Yeah.
So it's kind of, they call it Mauka and Makai. Mauka is mountain, Makai is ocean.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of the directions.
Yeah.
So otherwise you just keep walking.
That's a good lesson for life too.
Bro, we got lost in the mountains one time. Long story. Maybe some other time. Back to Origin.
Please, another time.
So boom. Origin, Maine. All made in America.
Yes.
Rash guards. Gis. All that stuff.
Yes.
This is like, yeah.
And by the way, supplements there too.
Yeah.
Supplements.
Origin Labs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can find it all there.
Yeah, it's dope.
And we are going to make basically what we're talking about here, Jocko supplements. Because again, what do I specifically want? I'm pretty particular. Let's make that thing.
Yeah. And
then we go forward.
The good part about that is you're kind of one of these guys, you can rest assured you're not going to have like these weird extra things like, I don't know, hair dye or something like that.
We will not be selling hair dye.
Yeah, or something like this. So yeah, that'll be good. The good stuff for sure. OriginMaine.com.
Yes.
Also, support yourself. So on it, I'm not going to go into my kettlebell situation again this time. Actually, yesterday I worked out. I didn't do kettlebells. I did.
I saw somebody tweeted you it was like an article that said that those little goblet squats were not building.
Yeah, and that was a funny article for sure.
I kind of laughed.
You know what the title was called? Something along the lines of, I'm trying to remember it exact. It was like called
14 Ways to Avoid Being Big and Strong.
To remain a puny little weakling.
Oh.
Actually, puny, I think. Yeah. No, dweeb. Dweeb.
Puny
the word
little
dweeb was in there.
Yeah.
So apparently, given whatever number that was, I'm going to remain a puny little dweeb. Apparently. Here's the thing. Are those really goblet squats, though? Because goblet squats...
Oh, no, I know what you do. You basically do a front squat.
Yeah.
Double rack.
Rack, yeah. Because goblet is like... Because this is the form, the shape of a goblet right here, and that's how you hold it.
Yeah.
It is kind of... but what if you use like a huge-ass kettlebell?
Well, then
part of a Metcon.
Yeah, that could work.
In fact, respect to the author of that. I forget who wrote it or whatever, but it was a real subjective, really,
I think it was more of a shock article kind of.
Yeah, it was like it was a laugh. It was for a good laugh,
Yeah.
But if you take that
I don't think it was
seriously-
like a serious directive out there trying to help people that have skinny knees.
Proud of that one?
Maybe.
You seem real proud of that one. Look at you. Anyway, I didn't really like the article on that level, but for a laugh, it was good.
And factually, here's the deal. Kettlebells are legit.
Yeah.
And they are.
And goblet squats are legit.
But
here's the thing. There was a good point.
Hey, yeah, I'll tell you what. We were talking about what you used to. You're good at.
Yeah, what you're used to. Yeah.
For some reason, I hurt like my wrist or something.
Yeah.
Or I hurt something, and I couldn't do back squats or front squats.
Oh yeah.
So I was maybe it was my shoulder. Anyways, I was doing goblet squats with my big kettlebell, which is 40 kilograms, and I had put on the schedule of what I was going to do, 25. It was a Metcon scenario. But the first number was 25. It was 25, 20, 15.
Oh, the reps. Yeah.
Yeah, those were the reps.
Gotcha.
25 hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was dang, because it's only 88 pounds, right? That should be pretty insignificant.
Yeah.
But you really do when you do those goblet squats.
Yeah.
You're using your whole body to keep that thing aligned.
It's good. Let me think. Yeah, I think I'm used to it now. I think that.
Yeah, and I got used to it in a pretty short period of time. That's what was cool.
Yeah.
So, onit.com. You can get that kind of stuff there.
If you want the cool ones.
Mm.
I think, and I don't know because, I haven't ventured out, and I don't think I ever will venture out to go see where I can get other kettlebells from. No need, really, because you can buy the regular ones or the dope ones. And let's face it, man, you take enough pictures of the dope ones for your Instagram or wherever you take pictures for, and you kind of can't go back. You can't.
Mm.
So keep that in mind. You
painted yourself into a kettlebell corner.
Exactly right.
And you and your social media have painted yourself into this corner.
Which is not a bad thing necessarily. Onnit.com/Jocko, that's where you get these things.
I painted myself into a corner with my social media. I'm going to wake up every day at 4:30.
Yeah, you got to post it.
Guess what? The other day I got home at 3 o'clock in the morning, or I didn't get to sleep until like 1:30. Yeah. And when I woke up in the morning, I was really tired.
Yeah.
And I was, what am I going to do? I'm painted in the corner. I had to say, hey guys,
gotta do it.
I'm going back to sleep, and I actually went back to sleep. I told everyone.
Dang.
Yeah.
See, that's good though. You took accountability though.
Yeah, well, that's just lying, which I don't support.
Oh, if you didn't do that.
If I woke up, took a picture of my watch, which I've had people say, like, I bet you just wake up.
Hey,
do you ever sometimes just wake up in the morning, take a picture of your watch, and you go back to sleep? No, actually, I don't do that.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like you could ever bring yourself to do that. Well, like, why would you even want it? You wouldn't want to do that.
It's a horrible scenario.
It kind of defeats the purpose, really. Yeah. The whole purpose.
So the other day, woke up, took a picture of my watch, and I was like, I got to go back to bed. I'm too freaking tired. So I went back to bed.
But you didn't post it.
No,
you posted it, but you said, I'm going back to bed.
I'm going back to bed. I'm sorry. Hold the line for me.
Yeah, I dig your honesty.
Cover for me.
Actually, that one time we got home.
Cover and snooze. You guys cover and get after it. I'm going to be over here snoozing.
Well, hey, that's the freedom part, though. What we always say, discipline. Yeah. You have the freedom to, hey, man, you got to sometimes. Yeah. But you can't, especially if you're working out and you straight up don't get enough sleep. I'm not saying you don't. I don't. But that's not what I'm saying right now. But if you, the proverbial us, when we don't get enough recovery, which sleep is recovery, right? That's not a good thing, man. So every once in a while, you got to exercise that restraint in the form of the freedom to sleep in.
Yeah, well, I did.
Hey, man, that's part of life. Anyway, everyone. Also the whole painting yourself in the corner. Okay, so I got this jump rope, and it's like, I don't know how up to date you are on the new jump rope technology.
Yeah, I know they're getting better.
They're dope. And here's the thing. If you just buy a regular jump rope, you'll see the difference. And I mentioned that because I got an Onnit jump rope. I told you about the time that my neighbor taught me how to do the crossover thing. And that's when it really hit me, this is a dope jump rope. So if you want to upgrade your jump rope, boom, Onnit. That's the one. In fact, just go on there. See what up. See what they have. They have a lot of good stuff. A lot of good stuff. Also, good way to support when we get this book, By Honor Bound. Tom Norris, Mike Thornton, and Dick Couch. When you get this book, go on our website, jockopodcast.com. There's a book section, top menu. Boom, click on there. Books from podcasts by episode, by the way. This is episode 89. Click through there. It'll take you to Amazon. You get your books there. Or even if you're going to do some other shopping, if you're going to buy a lawnmower, duct tape, whatever, click through there. Good way to support. Small little action, just one little click through. Big reaction by way of support. Also, subscribe to the podcast if you haven't already. iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, all these podcasting providing platforms. And YouTube for the video version of this podcast and excerpts and some other various little video things. That's a good way to support. Also, Jocko has a store. It's called Jocko Store, jockostore.com. There are hats there. Good hats. Trucker hats, Flex Fit, 3 colors.
Wait, Flex Fit?
They're Flex Fit.
Wait, they don't have the little, thing in the back where
the snapback?
Yeah, the snapback.
No, I think they're Flex Fit.
They don't make trucker hats that are Flex Fit, I don't think.
They do now.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure. I'm fairly positive.
Well, they're hats, basically.
Yeah, and they're dope.
Yeah, I thought you were going to bring me 9 of them.
Yeah.
But you didn't.
I didn't do that. That was...
that's a bummer. Jocko has a store, but Jocko has no hats.
Yeah. There's you know what? There's this other kind of hat. I think it's called like an operator hat. It's real simple. Anyway, I'm thinking about, doing that one too.
Interesting.
In the event of you not being as into the trucker hat as maybe something else. We'll see. Flex fit as well. That's my thing. Is Flex fit cool? Is that good?
Yeah, Flex fit has purpose. I just have never seen a trucker's hat Flex fit.
Yeah.
And I doubt I'm going to see one now.
No, man, it's the new stuff, apparently. But yeah, some other stuff on there. Some shirts on there. Cool stuff. Jocko even has a shirt that he designed, which is cool. Layers, if you will. Just
I like the way you promote the shirt that has your picture on it. You proud of that, aren't you?
No, I'm not actually, because I didn't
wear that one.
No, I didn't want my picture on there.
Yeah, actually, that's true. I got to give you that. Echo did not want to have an Echo shirt
because it doesn't. To me,
I
it didn't make
demanded
sense.
it.
Yeah, vetoed it.
Snuck
it is called
around.
Jocko Store.
I got some pull
Yeah,
at Jocko Store.
and I'm not saying to buy the shirt. I'm not saying to buy a hat. I'm saying go on the store, jockostore.com again. If you like something, get something. Good support. Also, Psychological Warfare. If you don't know what that is, it's an album with tracks, Jocko tracks. And these tracks help you get through moments of weakness in your campaign against weakness. Every once in a while, when you wage these hard campaigns against weakness, against your, waking up early, sticking to the diet, workout, all this stuff, sometimes you get moments of fatigue. Sometimes. Even the strongest have their moments of fatigue.
That's affirmative.
So this, Psychological Warfare, these tracks, they're like little spots for those moments of fatigue, get you through it. No problem. Psychologically. Then you act. Boom. So yeah, that's a good one. So if you're, waking up early, like I said, you're waking up early, you feel like hitting the snooze, listen to Psychological Warfare, one of those tracks on there. I think it's called Get Up and Get After It. You will not hit the snooze.
It's a good one.
Yep. That's it. Psychological Warfare, Jocko Willink. Anywhere, iTunes, where else? Amazon Music. All these places where they sell MP3s. It's a good one.
You can get them there.
Yep.
Yeah, this book that we covered today by Mike Thornton, by Tommy Norris, and by Dick Couch. You got to get this book. It's a great book. It's a great read, and that's a good place to start. So much more detail than I went over today.
Yeah.
When as I was walking out, Mike and his wife, and I was telling her that I was explaining to him that it's like the debrief I wanted since I was an E4 in the Navy.
Yeah.
That wanted to know what happened. I wanted the details.
Yeah.
Well, now we got them.
And those are some crazy details, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's crazy. He's talking about how, my friend gets his forehead blown off or whatever. You can see his brain, all this stuff. Even in a movie, that'd be pretty graphic scene.
Even in a movie, that'd be unbelievable.
Yeah.
Right? Like you'd be like, oh, well, that movie wasn't really realistic because the guy had his head blown off and then he lived.
But that was a crazy part, though, right? On that movie.
Yeah.
You
but
know?
No, it really
but
happened.
yeah, it really happened. Oh, so he has him, his other guy, he's shot, by the way, in his leg. And he's going, through the ocean, all this stuff.
And shrapnel in his back from the grenade that he threw back 5 times.
Yeah. I know, man. It's so crazy.
Yeah.
And then we're sitting here, and he's sitting right there. That's the guy who really did that, He's not, of course, acting is cool and dope for real, but that's not an actor.
Yeah.
That's the guy who really did it. Heavy, but that's heavy.
Yeah, it's crazy. So get the book, read about it, read the rest of the details that we barely even scratched the surface on. Also, some other books you can get. You can get a book called Extreme Ownership. It's about leadership.
Yeah.
It teaches you how to lead.
Sure.
It's a book that I wish I had when I was a young leader, but I didn't have it. I wasn't old enough to have written it and given it back to myself yet.
Yeah, it doesn't work like that.
Also, speaking of being young, you can get another book called The Way of the Warrior Kid, which is awesome because kids all over the place, like parents now, when I'm speaking somewhere, they bring their kids.
Yeah.
So I get to meet these kids.
Yeah.
Kids that are getting after it, which is pretty awesome. So, Way of the Warrior Kid. So many kids are like doing pull-ups now.
Yeah. So I was just gonna say,
it's a real thing.
My daughter would be like, bothering me, Dad, I want to do pull-ups.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't want to go.
She didn't get that from reading Cinderella. Cinderella did not make her want to do that, right?
Well,
Right?
I did tell her the story of Cinderella last night. Coincidentally, she really
She
liked
wouldn't want
it.
to do any pull-ups about it, though.
No, I didn't compel her to go do any. No.
Did it compel her to eat better?
No.
Did it compel her to study hard?
No, she just said it was beautiful. That was
Okay.
it.
So it compelled some thoughts of beauty.
Yeah.
But it didn't compel any change of direction in life.
Nah, no action taken.
I'm going with Way of the Warrior Kid.
Yeah, me too. For sure.
Also, Discipline Equals Freedom Field Manual is coming out. That could compel you to get after it.
Yeah.
It could. I'd check it out. There's no books like it.
No. And it's like it's a manual. That's
It
the
is a
good
manual.
part.
Yeah.
You know how like when you listen, you're
Yeah.
like, okay, you kind of get a feel, but I like
There's nothing
the manual
vague.
part of it.
There's nothing vague about the manual. It tells you what to do.
Yeah.
And it also talks about some thoughts that are in my head. So it is interesting. You can get it. Appreciate it. Also, Origin Maine. You already covered that, which is good. That is now us, by the way. We're partnered. So when you start your jiu-jitsu journey, or if you're on your jiu-jitsu journey, check it out. Come and get it. If you're on the path of getting after it, do it with us at Origin. And also, if you want to partner with us from a leadership perspective in your business, our business, Echelon Front Leadership Consulting, that's what we do. Me, Leif Babin, JP Donnell, Dave Burke, info@echelonfront.com. Don't Google and look for Jocko speaking, because that's going to give you a speaker's agent. That's going to charge you more money.
Is there something called like a bureau or
Speakers
something?
Bureau, speakers agent, that's what they do.
Okay.
And
Gotcha.
and they're trying to provide a service.
Yeah.
They're trying to connect speakers with people that need speakers.
Yeah.
But we don't need anyone to connect us with people that need speakers. You can go straight to echelonfront.com.
Right.
So that's that. Also, the muster, September 14th and 15th in San Diego. Just to clarify, the first 3 musters were based on the same material because we did it on the west, on the east, and then in the center of the country. Just to clarify, now this muster 4, is new material. So it's different. New approaches, new stories. It's not sold out yet, but it will be. So if you want to come, register now, extremeownership.com. And while you're waiting for the muster, if you have a question for us, you can ask that question on the interwebs. We're there. On the Twitter, the Instagram, and that's Facebook. Echo is at Echo Charles, and I am at Jocko Willink. Also, Snapchat.
Are you on there?
I am on there, and I posted a snap so far.
One snap.
And it disappears after 24 hours.
Yeah, so you can't go.
And I'm
it.
still working to figure out like how I'm supposed to utilize this thing.
Yeah.
So we'll continue working on that one.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's how you can get in touch with us.